as an exception on the podcast because, we always talk about professional career, corporate environments, and open source. I would like to touch a little bit on your background, including childhood, because in my personal experience, the environment where someone grows up, that already contributes a lot into what decisions a person makes. And that also includes, career decisions based on how someone grows up and in what environment. I think it actually influences which way the person will go. And I think for women, it's not trivial in family life that you will get that support and encouragement from parents and the extended family to go into tech. I want to understand a little bit about your childhood from this perspective, because you obviously have an extensive career in tech and open source. In your childhood, were your parents role models in this? Were they encouraging and inspiring you, for example, to look for a career in, let's say, a non-traditional field for women?
You touched on a really good point there. I think we are, I think nature, they say nature, nurture. I think the home environment plays a huge part, I think, in who we are and how we are shaped. I would say that my environment at home, both my parents, they didn't see, I think my mom for sure thought that women should be, they shouldn't be constrained. Nobody should be constrained because of their gender, right? So I'm going to answer the question. Tech necessarily, I don't know if the tech was in their horizon at all. It was a long time ago. Computers were not popular or not even around at the time when they were growing up, of course. And then their idea is I remember my dad, I was very young, probably 5, 6 years old. He talked about how he would want me to be a Indian Administrative Services officer, meaning that's a very high rank. This is an administrative government position. So multiple people write entrance exam, few are selected, and they go on to become leading an administrative role at the district level or state level. So he told me that, hey, when you become an IAS officer, I would come live with you and I would be outside. He's funny. He goes, I would stand outside balcony of your house and smoke a cigar. Well, that was his vision for me. So that something I think about it and I go, that's what you thought you would want me to do when I was age 5. So then I thought, so that set the tone that he did not see me following a traditional gender path, right? So that was his vision. So that kind of stayed with me and go, yeah, I can be who I want. Well, I didn't become an IAS officer. I went on to do math and engineering and career. I did have full support for that. And so environment does make a difference. And extended family, I did have a lot of women that had careers. They were professors, they were lecturers, they were doctors in the extended family. So I grew up seeing all of them navigating lives, raising children, and having a successful career, just doing what they were passionate about doing. So to me it was never something that, hey, that gender roles were, it never occurred to me I could do it. And so that is, I would say that how I would describe my family background.
I love that you mentioned that you saw other women in your extended family to also not make sacrifices. My aunt, I think she's actually a co-founder of a security software security company, and they created that company, I don't know, decades ago, so it's not like it happened yesterday. So she herself went into tech and raised kids at the same time, and all those things. So I did see these examples in the extended family as well. I think my grandmother was a chemist. So there were a lot of examples that women pursued careers, and it was totally okay. Like we didn't even, there, it was not part of a conversation why they pursued a career. It sounds like that even at 5 years old, your dad was kind of telling you that you should strive for something high, and it doesn't matter what gender you are and where you're from. You should not settle with a traditional model, and you should be somebody who's leading a whole department and is doing something important. So kind of giving this idea to you that you can do it and you will do it. And I'm not sure it really mattered what you're actually doing.
But no, I mean,
It sounds like that he gave you this inspiration of doing something important.
I think he planted a seed, I would say, in my head that I can be whoever I want.